For more than a month, football's biggest stage became even bigger. The 2026 FIFA World Cup wasn't simply another edition of the tournament. It represented one of the most significant transformations in the sport's modern history. For the first time ever, 48 nations competed across Canada, Mexico, and the United States, creating the largest World Cup ever staged. The tournament expanded from 64 matches to 104, introducing a new round of 32, while giving more nations the opportunity to compete on football's greatest stage. Many questioned whether expanding the tournament would dilute quality. Instead, it revealed something different. It showed that the competitive gap between football's traditional powers and emerging nations had narrowed more than many expected. From the opening group stage, one theme quickly emerged. There were very few easy matches. Traditional favorites still advanced, but rarely without being tested. New participants and smaller football nations demonstrated far greater tactical organization, defensive discipline, and technical development than previous generations. The expanded format produced more competitive encounters than many critics anticipated, with several emerging nations pushing established powers deep into matches, and in some cases, forcing dramatic knockout scenarios. FIFA's technical study group later described the 48-team experiment as a success, citing the increased competitiveness across the field. Rather than becoming predictable, the tournament became increasingly unpredictable. One of the defining characteristics of this World Cup was tactical flexibility. Many teams abandoned rigid systems in favor of adaptable structures that shifted between attack and defense. Fullbacks frequently became midfielders. Wingers operated inside. Pressing triggers became more selective rather than constant. Possession itself was no longer considered enough. Instead, successful teams prioritized efficient progression, compact defensive organization, and intelligent transition play. The best teams consistently controlled space rather than simply controlling the ball. That tactical maturity became the defining feature of the tournament. No team embodied those principles better than Spain. Throughout the competition, Spain displayed remarkable balance. They defended with patience, built attacks methodically, pressed collectively, and rarely lost tactical control of matches. Instead of relying on individual brilliance alone, Spain consistently functioned as one synchronized unit. Their midfield dictated tempo. Their defensive line remained organized. Their positional discipline limited opponents' opportunities throughout the tournament. In many ways, Spain represented the evolution of possession football. Not possession for its own sake, but possession used to control every phase of the game. That identity carried them all the way to the final. The championship match brought together two contrasting football philosophies. Argentina entered the final carrying the confidence of defending world champions, built around experience, resilience, and attacking efficiency. Spain arrived unbeaten, built upon structure, tactical patience, and defensive consistency. Rather than becoming an open attacking spectacle, the final became a contest of discipline. Every possession mattered. Every defensive shape mattered. Every transition carried enormous weight. For over 100 minutes, neither side found a breakthrough. Then came the decisive moment. In extra time, Ferran Torres finished the move that ultimately separated the two teams, giving Spain a 1-0 victory and securing their second FIFA World Cup title. It was not a victory built on chaos. It was earned through control. The legacy of 2026 extends well beyond the trophy. This tournament proved that expanding to 48 teams did not simply increase participation, it expanded opportunity. Nations once considered outsiders demonstrated they could compete tactically with football's traditional powers, while record attendance across the three host nations underscored the event's global appeal. The event also illustrated football's continued globalization. The World Cup is no longer defined only by Europe's elite and South America's giants. Competitive depth now stretches across every confederation. That may become the tournament's most lasting contribution. When historians look back on FIFA World Cup 2026, they may remember Spain lifting the trophy. They will remember Argentina's determined title defense. They will remember football arriving on an unprecedented scale across North America. But above all, they will remember this tournament as the World Cup that reshaped international football. Not because it became larger, but because it proved the world of football had become deeper, stronger, and more competitive than ever before. And perhaps that is the greatest victory of all.